Nothing's better than a beautiful morning with my beautiful wife and my baby boy, Sean. It's October now, winter is coming, but the weather is as beautiful as ever. Oh no!
Confirmed reports, I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear...
We have to go to the vault now! I hope everything's going to be alright. The doctor says we need to decontaminate. And what the hell is this?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yabba da babba. Boys, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to check out my other videos and subscription would be really appreciated. Thank you.
I'm not giving you Sean!
Oh god. Me wife dead. Me baby boy gone. What kind of husband am I? Well, you won't need that ring anyways. Nice. Well, considering how everything's panned out, I think we have a new task at our hands to find the wettiest, brewest, and Yo! It's Roachy Hawk over there! Oh, sick moves, dude! Anyways, back to the point. We have a different quest today, and we're not beating the game by intended way. We're here to find Genghis Khan love and tie some loose ends. So of course we can't go out looking like a gimp from the future, and yo boys! Look at this sick fit I got. Holy shit, my boy dripping, looking like a picnic cloth, but I think first impressions are going to be top notch. And now the question is, where do we start? And let me tell you, Billy, we're heading straight to Diamond City. And on our way there, we can make a pit stop to scare off some goons. But other than that, nothing more interesting happened on our short journey to the bus town. And well, what do we have here? Hello, sweet chicks. How you doing? What you been up to?
Jesus, Piper. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job.
Ooh, just doing your job. Protecting Diamond City means keeping me out, is that it? Oh, look, it's the scary reporter.
My man Rizzler Jones likes some weird and quirky chicks. And this one's a ticking bomb. So I told her I'm searching for my baby boy, and she told me to come to her office. And after a lengthy cry session, she asked to come with me. And of course, ya boy said yes. Now, I made all 3 of my brain cells work overtime and hatched a plan to take her out to Good Neighbor in hopes that she will get shanked. And that would give me extra case points to tell her that she needs to stay with me or it's going to be dangerous for her. After we got there, I farmed some goodie points, but life being life, somebody got shanked, and sadly it wasn't her. So I sent her back to her place and made my way to the pub to drown my sorrows.
I see you looking round the corner. Come on inside and pull up a chair. No need to feel like a stranger, 'cause we're all a little strange in here. Have you got a history that needs erasing? Did you come in just for the beer and cigarettes? A broken down dream you're tired of chasing. Ooh, well, I'm just the girl to make you forget.
And after hearing the call of the Commonwealth siren, I had to give a shot and try to snag this precious one-night stand with the lady of Genghis Khan's dream. And after a bit of lubing the gears, we managed to bag it successfully.
I haven't been out on the town in too long. Thank you.
So, I blew off some steam and hatched a new plan on how to get Piper rubbed out. And again, I lied to her and told her that I want to travel together. And we took off to save a bag of screws from an old metro station. And honestly, with her by my side, all these things just go so well. Too well, I might add. We just casually breezed through the underground like a power couple. You know, in that movie with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. We swept the floor with those goons, and well, that's another failed attempt to stage an accident. Maybe next time. Honestly, I started to run out of things to do with her, and then I remember that Abbott is always ready to get some green paint. And I'm not gonna say no to easy caps, so we snuck inside through the back alley and mixed the paint and obliterated raiders inside. So after we sold paint to Abbott, for quite a hefty sum, I found out that she enjoys watching locks getting picklocked. And you know, there's a bank near the river, but sadly we have a problem. All of the safes are locked behind a master terminal, but I think I might have a solution. We just might need to cheese a game a little bit, but it should work. We'll get back to it a little bit later. Now, we took a little detour and visited Vault 81. And since I am a really good Rizzler, I just skipped the 4 fusion core requirement with my silver tongue. Oh, that fucking cat.
Pussy, 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 pussy.
So, I just told that silly pussy to head back home and gladly donated my blood for research of some sort. But none of those things were giving a good impression on my current companion. What a joke. While scouring the plains of the internet, I stumbled upon a place that is rumored to have a great many locks and safes. So once we got there, we were greeted by a couple of Mr. Gutsies and a singular locked door. And those safes they were talking about were only accessible via specific keys. You cannot picklock them. And not only that, once I got into some kind of a room, I got jumped by a wild pack of synths. And well, somebody did kiss the dirt, and that was me. Piper lives on. After this unsuccessful whole ordeal, I decided to try out my genius plan.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
So I decided to head back to Diamond City, go straight to Nick's office, but... what game wants you to do now is find Kellogg, and that's an issue because I have no intentions of doing that right now. But I think we can cheese it a little bit. So I did get the keys, we searched the house, and Nick called Dogmeat for help. But then he asks you if you want to travel with him, and I said, yeah, sure. And we just left Dogmeat right there, waiting for me to show him the cigar. Later, bud. So we traveled to the bank, and he did manage to unlock that stupid terminal. And I just got right back, switched him up for Piper, and spammed the shit out of those safes. Nice. Realizing that this was clearly not enough to get inside her pants, I read that she should be happy if you join Minutemen. And let's not beat around the bush, I will need to get inside the Institute anyway, so why not? Let me tell ya. Concord was no match to the El Honcho Genghis Khan, the man seed. Killing everyone inside the museum was a joke. Probably it would have been enough for me to take a fat shard for half of them to die out. So, with Preston save, I didn't really see any noticeable changes with my companion, and thought maybe I need to help a settlement to get her affinity up. But no, she just doesn't give a single fuck about it. And that made me feel a little shit, I suppose. That's why I decided to get back to the main quest, and finally give Doggy a good sniff. And we're off. Again, not gonna lie, but Kellogg was a joke when you can use any weapon and a companion. It all felt like a cool spring breeze with a little scent of love lingering around. Alright, I'm not doing that kind of shit. Anyways, we slapped the living shit out of Kellogg, and I realized ain't no way I'm getting pussy if I keep doing everything the intended way. So I started farming some affinity and finally boys, we get inside them panties. Now, we all know that Piper is her kind of crazy. Now, it's time to work with different kind of crazy chick, and that would be our beloved Irish psycho demon, Kate. Since she's in love with all sorts of drugs, I find that this is the best time to do Diamond City Blues. Interestingly enough, once it was time to jump the drug dealers, she was nowhere to be found. And this kind of thing happened quite a few times during this run. Honestly, Kate is really easy to work with, in my opinion. All you gotta do is mind your own business and pump yourself full of any type of drugs. Or just be butt naked. That works as well. So I thought it's probably the best time to travel back to Vault 81 with my new side piece and open up other opportunities later down the line. So, we witnessed child suffering terminal illness from a feral animal bite. I wouldn't save him, but you know, she might think I'm racist or something against gingers.
Gingers have souls! Ah, he's a ginger! He's a ginger! Ah.
I bet you haven't seen this one in a while, did ya? Anyways, I got the disease myself, and watching back, I don't think I was bitten at any point. But I guess as soon as I step into the secret vault, you get disease anyways, so oh well, minus 10 HP. After we terminated every single mole rat inside the vault, we met Curie, who made a cure for the disease. Now, we saved the child and unlocked another companion. Honestly, without any other ideas on how to make it more interesting with Kate, I just started to farm points by popping drugs and fast traveling between places. And soon enough, it was time to fix her drug issue. Supposedly there's a vault where Voltec could cure any sort of addiction, even most severe cases. And she did want to try out that thingy-majiggy. And boys, how could I say no? Of course I said yeah. So we get to the place and well, my game just bugged the fuck out of me. I was on a long ass trip on drugs, all of them I took, and I was on fire the whole time as well. I got the same kind of bug 3 times in a row, and the only way I could remove it was with a console command. That was interesting. And here we have Kate trying the machine. Nice, I guess. Now, since Kate is clean, I couldn't use drugs anymore. So I had to travel between places butt naked and bagged another trophy in my bag. Of course, right after the deed, I sent her to meet other side piece. Boys and girls, now it's time to move on to our last subject, Madame Françoise Curie. She's an American robot programmed to speak in French accent, which is interesting to say the least. But other than that, I think I might get along with her quite well. So I took her in. At this point I felt quite a hefty amount of fatigue building up from doing stupid things to do this stupid challenge, and I had some thoughts on just to max out the affinity by just healing dog meat over and over again. But then I realized that I still have great many things to achieve in this life, if we can call it that. So I got back to Nick with my new friend, she's probably his cousin or something. Anyways, we all happily strolled over to Good Neighbor and begged Dr. Amari to do gigabrain hacking. And she agreed. It so happens that she's the key character in Curie's quest to achieve humanly form. So we asked her to get a synth body and transferred her memory to said synth. I just imagine that Dr. Amari is yapping about how hard it is, and it's just something like fucking transferring an SD card from camera and plugging that shit inside of a laptop or something, and just dragging over the fucking files. Fucking hell. Now that we helped her, she can help me by taking a hike through heavily radiated part of Boston. For some reason, she didn't dare to step inside Virgil's cave, and I don't know why. No matter. Now we have a Corsair to kill. And this was, again, easy as fuck. The only issue I faced was lack of my care to buy more ammo before something like this. But after scrapping quite a few bullets from dead bodies, I easily wiped the floor with this Corsair. Now I'm buying more ammo and stim packs. I think all of us now know what time it is. I sent Curie back to settlement to meet her new friends and yeah.
You're my atomic love in a world so wild. Through the rads and the ruins, you make me smile. Though the bombs may fall and the world's in strife, you're my one true joy, my post-apocalyptic life.
You know, if I'm saving robots, and since that doesn't mean Railroad can live. But anyways, we got the chip analyzed. Great. Not gonna lie, I'm in a bit of a pickle out here. I told Preston, yeah bud, we need to retake the pile of rocks on the other side of the map. But I never actually showed up to the place, and now, after quite a few days, I decided to go there. And well, I just asked him if we can build a teleporter and bugger the fuck off, leaving him to wait there for me indefinitely. Well, I built thingy-majiggy and it wasn't the right time to use it yet, so I farmed more affinity points by doing something that would probably get me demonetized if I had monetization, and I did help more settlements because Curie do care if you actually help people. Then I decided to hand in some of the quests and I mistakenly managed to start taking over the castle. So we took it over and that was enough for her to have the desire to slide on top of my chubby belly. And well, of course, I took her to the same boathouse as I did the other ones, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We actually done it. We managed to embark on a romantic trip with every single female companion in Fallout 4. Now, to end things off, we have to tie the last loose end in not so good husband run, and that is to visit the Institute. So, using the teleporter I made, I traveled to meet my son, the last remaining family of my pre-war life.
The skies are torn, but in your arms I'm reborn. Through shattered dreams and endless strife, you're my beacon, my reason for life.
With that out of the way, sadly, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.